Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I wanted to come on here, do a quick video explaining Colossians chapter 2, verse 18. The verse reads, "Let no man beguile you of your reward in a voluntary humility and worshipping of angels, intruding into those things which he hath not seen, vainly puffed up by his fleshly mind." So a lot of people get confused by this verse because they think it's a contradiction of scripture, because there's another verse in Revelation that says not to worship angels. So the best way to understand this is compare scripture with scripture so we can get a better understanding, and we can see it's actually not contradictory. So if we go to Revelation chapter 22, verses 8 to 9, it says, "And I, John, saw these things and heard them. When I heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel, which showed me these things." Then verse 9 says, "Then said he unto me, See thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren of the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book. Worship God." So we can see here the angel told him not to worship him, but to worship God himself instead. But to understand this, it's actually really simple. I think that just like false teachings, false understandings, things like that make people confused. But it's really simple. Like all this is that, like, back then it was like in instinct people worshipped angels, right? Like when angels came to them, it was like an instinctual thing to bow down and worship them. And that's exactly what John was doing. And how we know that, I mean, John wrote the book of Revelation. He was a mature man of God, right? He wasn't doing anything wrong. This was just a normal thing and an instinctual thing, because angels actually have authority over us, right? So angels are above us. And so that's why that was like an instinctual thing, right? And so the reason it says here, don't worship me, but worship God, is because the angel was humbling himself, right? So in this situation, when John did what he did instinctively, when he saw the angel, all the angel said was, don't worship me, but worship God, because he was simply humbling himself in that moment, right? So there's nothing more to it, right? So people do overcomplicate things, and that's because we have like a lot of false understandings and false teachings, but that's what it was, right? It was a common thing. And so that's why it said here in that verse to not let any man beguile you of your reward in a voluntary humility and worshiping of angels, right? So people humbled themselves when they did that. That's what John did, and that's what people did instinctively at that time. But here in this angel told him in Revelation 22, 8 to 9, to worship God, because he humbled himself in that case. So I hope that makes sense. All right, God bless.